when there's tiredness, the veiling sets in much faster. And then when it sets much veiling, if we go to veiling, heaviness, sense of dullness. Okay, when we start stopping at times, what can happen? Things come into the surface. So itching can be, sometimes you feel your energy is moving. At times I would sit on the edge of the chair in a stillness, and me not moving, the body lean. At times I fell. Or at times I would sit and the body would lean, and I would feel that energetically I'm even farther away. At times there would be stillness, and I would feel like I want to jump out of my skin because coming out into the surface. This is all detoxification of trapped energy. Emotion, well, we don't even know, it doesn't really matter. It's a trapped energy, cleanse, that comes into the surface to release itself. This is why it doesn't really matter what happens. So one of the inquiries that I like, when there is like the mind has preferences, reacts, wants to get rid of a particular unpleasant sensation, you ask the question, who cares? Who cares? And it always would be somebody other than yourself, because yourself never have a preferences. So even if you answer, yeah, I care, this, who cares? Who is that one who cares? Am I this one that appears? Or I'm that silently watching it and aware? This is why it doesn't matter what arises. Like people say, ooh, I was reactive. Okay, so what? Who cares? Okay, so what? Who cares? This is a form of maturity, so regardless what arises.
Moving to change the feeling doesn't serve.
It's okay, it doesn't really serve. I can just explain why. If there's a trap energy, because the prana is pushing, and there is like something that is discomfort. If you move, the energy goes around it, so it stays stuck, stagnant, trapped. So this is why in different times the practice would be is you sit, don't move. Now it can be even that you don't move 1 minute. It doesn't have that you don't move for a long time. Yet in that period of time, you don't move. Or let's say you sit very comfortable. Now you feel there's discomfort. So instead of moving, stay still until the wave passes through. So it's not timed. It's like an intelligence that guides within. It's like, don't move. Another area that it can be is that you are being still, and then the mind reacts, and then you follow the attention, and then you want to move. Don't move a little bit longer, stretch it. And only when it comes, the wave passes, then get up and move. That's another scenario. Now, real life situation. Yes? Real life situation, something arises within you, don't move with that. Don't move. Stay. Even if it moved you, then stop internally for a moment, just watch with the recognition. Because a lot of the times reactivity is like a volcano. It erupts. So it erupts, and it has a physical, a mental, emotional, and physical reaction. Yet all of it is being noticed by yourself. So, okay, all of this reaction appeared, mental, emotional, and physical. and then stop. In that stopping, it's like illuminating it instantaneously.
And if you stop only after?
Then illumination comes into as well. There's
like after the reactivity, like there was a reactivity and then like you forgot about it, or you left it alone until after it completed itself, and only after you realized something.
that means that the reactivity was running the show.
The discomfort is reactivity running the show.
The discomfort is a reactivity of false identification comes into the surface. It doesn't mean it run the show. Because you watch it.
Yeah.
When it is, you forget, because in that moment you totally identify with that, and then after some time there is a recollection of what was going on and you sit still. It's okay, yet the opportunity you missed. What the mind fails to realize, that life is a single event. Yes? So if there's a reactivity and you give in to the reactivity, you don't have another opportunity. It's over. The mind says later, maybe later the reactivity would not come into the surface. Like sometimes when you're being still, something comes and you move, and then you say later I will come, I will see it again. It doesn't come. Yet still it's there, trapped. And anything that is trapped, it's replaying itself because it's a charged energy. It's like, the analogy, it's like a spring that you charge. That spring has energy. So it's gonna it wants. It doesn't have a desire. It won't to come out into the surface to free itself.
Has no choice.
Right, because anything that is trapped, it's just a matter of time for it to be released.
Looking for an opportunity to release itself.
Yes.
And that can be anywhere, anytime.
Yes. So sometimes I've seen, let's say, people that are standing and nausea comes and they don't go through it and they sit and they avoid it, still that energy is waiting there. If they stand, go through it, it clears. So I've seen some people that never got through, like they were standing and weren't willing to go through whatever arises. I just gave one example, nausea. It doesn't have to be nausea. A sensation rise in the surface. And the same person who was determined to go through it got free of it. All it had to do is to go through it once and it's freed. This is why it goes, what I realized that this over and over again, it was all the attitude of that being. In like, if I'm giving an example of a particular person, so what I recognize that in the retreat, his attitude, I'm going to stand and go through whatever arises, no matter what. And because of that attitude and that intention, he went through whatever was coming into the surface and he was freed. So he never had nausea anymore ever while he was standing.
So that's the willpower?
That's the conviction, determination.
Determination, which is different than willpower?
It's determination. So Nasirgadatta calls it, call it however you want to. He says, determination, willpower, earnestness, seriousness, whatever you want to, it gotta be there to go through whatever needs to be. Because when you don't, then it's okay, you don't. it will replay itself, relive itself so many times. Instead, go through it once, and that's it, over. And there won't be fear anymore to go through it.